crypto family. So before we go over some market analysis and the Mt. Gox news, I first want to cover this Twitter giveaway that ends tomorrow. So it's on my Twitter. If you go at the crypto data, you'll see this Bitcoin giveaway. And all you have to do is just retweet and follow me. And tomorrow at 12 o'clock CDT, I'm going to give away $100 worth of Bitcoin to a random person that retweeted it and followed me. So again, it ends tomorrow. So if you're not following me, please do so and retweet this and you'll have a chance to win. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. So if we look at the market today, again, refresh the page to get a current view. You can see Bitcoin is actually up 1% today to $6,148. We have Ethereum being a strong performer, up 2.11% at $474. And then we actually have Tron and IOTA up 3.5% and 7% respectively. So again, you can see a lot of coins are in the green today, and it's good to see after the recent drop that we had. Now, I haven't changed any of these lines at all, but as you can see through my analysis here on TradingView, I drew an ascending triangle, it broke down from that, and then I drew a second ascending triangle, and you see that played out perfectly. And this orange line, I've kept this the same for the past week, and you can see it hit that target, that 6,000 target, and it went below it to 5,900, and then from there it bounced, and right now it's hitting at about $6,150. So right now I'm expecting a little increase in Bitcoin, probably in this channel here, breaking this $6,300 resistance and trading in this between 63 to 6,600, and then possibly another move down. So again, keep that in mind, trade accordingly, always set your stops. And you know, it's not too much fun what's going on with Bitcoin in the market right now, but again, just know that it's all part of the market process. And again, you're gonna have ups and downs, and just don't let this discourage you. If you're holding coins right now, I recommend continue holding. You know, I mean, if you have extra fiat, now would probably be a good time to start buying. Again, it's not financial advice, just my opinion, but it seems like we are pretty exhausted. I mean, on the RSI and just overall from, I mean, the whole market bear trend we've been in for the past 7 months. So I think we're coming to a close. Again, we're probably going to have one more downturn, but we'll have to see, because this has been pretty strong support here of this 58 to 5,900 support level. So with that, we'll see what happens. But continuing on to the news for Mt. Gox. So as you may or may not have heard, Mt. Gox has actually entered in civil rehabilitation proceedings, basically ending their Bitcoin sell-offs. So last December, news came that the Mt. Gox trustee was selling a lot of Bitcoin, and that was one of the reasons that contributed to the big sell-off that we had beginning in January. And then basically it's continued. He's continued to sell, and we've seen these continued declines in the market. Now, you know, how much of an impact that had on the market, it's tough to say, but you know, it is safe to say that there was some, you know, it had something to do with the bear trend that we were in and we were experiencing. And it says here, it says, defunct Bitcoin exchange Mt. Gox has formally entered the civil rehabilitation proceedings, officially announced June 22nd. And it talks about Kobayashi, who is the trustee. He's acting as a civil rehabilitation trustee. And he says he was responsible for selling vast trenches of Bitcoin reserves beginning Q4 last year to reimburse Mt. Gox users who lost money in the exchange's mass hack in late 2013. And it says, due to bankruptcy proceedings now being halted as part of the civil rehabilitation, Kobayashi will not sell any further Bitcoins, with users set to receive compensation in Bitcoin instead of fiat currency as originally intended. So one, they're going to stop selling Bitcoin. Two, they're going to refund, you know, pretty much most of the people that lost money, which is great. I mean, that's always good news when, you know, the exchanges are actually able to refund a lot of what was lost from their clients. And this is a tweet here. It says, court approves Mt. Gox civil rehab, mostly good news. Trustee won't sell any more Bitcoin. Creditors receive Bitcoin in early to mid 2019. Everyone must refile claims by October, basically proving that they lost money, and so that they can get their compensation accordingly. And it says, bad news, some creditors will sell Bitcoin, so that will hang over market next. Now, this news here about creditors selling Bitcoin, I don't see this necessarily as being as bad as some people bring it out to be, and you'll see why as I go over the next article. But basically it says, it just talks about how, you know, as they're going through this hearings, basically they're just going to get everyone who lost money their correct allocated amount of Bitcoin, and then they're going to halt selling until then. So again, that's some good news. And as far as how much they're going to compensate them, if it's going to be the full amount or not, This was another article by Crypto Storm, and it says Bitcoin lost amount got taxed will be refunded. And it talks about the direct amount here. It says the Court of Justice also confirmed that the persons requesting the refund of Bitcoins will be paid in this way. Creditors will only be entitled to receive the monetary equivalent of the value of their Bitcoin at the time of the company's collapse, i.e. when the price of the cryptocurrency was approximately $483. So what does that mean? That means basically, say you had 5 Bitcoin at the time of the collapse, and the price of Bitcoin at the time was $483. So essentially you had about $2,500 worth of Bitcoin. Well, now they're going to refund you back that same amount of fiat in Bitcoin. So you're going to get that $2,500 worth of Bitcoin, which now is, 0.4 Bitcoin. So you're not getting that 5 Bitcoin that you had, you're just getting the equivalent of fiat. Now, whether that's right or wrong, it's not my place to say, but because they are getting the money that they did invest at that time, technically. But still, they're the early adopters and they're kind of getting shafted because they're not getting their full amount of Bitcoin that they had at the time because they believed in Bitcoin so much to invest in it at that time, and they're not getting the rewards for it currently. So, that's going to be a touchy subject, but at least they are getting something. But that's one of the reasons why I said I don't think it's going to have a big enough impact, because they're only getting the equivalent to what Bitcoin was during that year. So it's not like they're getting all their Bitcoin back. They're only getting that, small amount that's equivalent of today. So I don't think we'll see a big enough drop when some of the creditors who are being refunded, end up selling, because it won't be the same amount. It'll just be the same fiat amount. So, but yeah, I mean, again, it's good to see that there won't be any more selling right now, so we won't have to worry about that. And I think too, that'll kind of add on to the reason why we'll have a bounce in the near future. Again, it may not be right now, maybe in 2 or 3 months, but all these banks and everyone getting involved in cryptocurrency, I mean, they're getting involved for a reason, and they want to get a lot of cheap prices. So don't believe for a second that they're not buying all these dips right here. And again, I think we are very close to the bottom. We may go to 5,000. It's anyone's guess, but I think we are coming really close to that bottom. So keep that in mind when trading, and hopefully we'll see a rise in Bitcoin in the near future. But with that, if you like the video, please give it a like, comment if you have any questions, and please subscribe if you haven't. Until next time, thanks for watching.